Yo, why would Iran be back to enriching uranium and be supporting rebel groups in Yemen? That's just crazy. So check it out. So these rebel groups in Yemen, they've been firing at U.S. Military vessels, sea vessels. They've been attacking American shipping containers, and to the point to where the shipping sailors were fearful to go through this route. This is like a heavily traveled shipping route, and so they told Trumpito. I guess they must have forgot that Trumpito's the man behind the big button over here and not Sleepy Joe. So immediately he ordered an airstrike on Yemen, attacking all of the Houthi. It's a gang called Houthi, the Houthi. So he attacked all the parts of Yemen that was controlled by the Houthi. And then he said, if I after he blew him down, he was like, if I even hear somebody over there has a pocket knife, and I quote, this is what he said, I will use a full lethal force. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of force. You know, we've been waiting to catch up with the Middle East. Just anything to happen, anybody say anything, play crazy. You don't gotta even be fighting us. Just fight with each other so we can bring a democracy over there. You know, and get some of that. Oh, and so anyway, Trumpito immediately reminded Iran, "Hey, you might have forgot what goes down. We told y'all about enriching, and now you want to sponsor these little kids in Yemen." My name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yo, let's check out Trumpito as he watched live drone feeds from the very first airstrike from the crib at Mar-a-Lago. He literally blew down the country and then got a game of golf in. Let's get right to it.
And in the Middle East, Iran is vowing escalation with the U.S. after the White House ordered airstrikes on the Houthi rebels in Yemen.
Yep, because we threatened Iran at the same time because we know they're behind it. And Yemen
We
has
know what's up.
answered today for our strikes over the weekend. We have knocked their drone attack out of the sky. Jackie Heinrich, who did a great job on Fox News Sunday, joins us now. Hey, Jackie.
She did.
Hey, good morning, and thank you, guys. Russia has refused to accept an unconditional ceasefire, but Steve Witkoff says the administration is still hoping to see that ceasefire happen within weeks. And tomorrow, President Trump is going to be looking for some concessions from Russia on his call with Putin.
I'll be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday, and a lot of work's been done over the weekend. We want to see if we can bring that war to an end. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I think we have a very good chance.
It's still not clear if Putin is moving toward a ceasefire or if this is a stall tactic, especially after a European intelligence service uncovered a document prepared for the Kremlin by a group close to the FSB, reportedly, laying out ways that Putin should delay while continuing to dismantle Ukraine, including with some of the moves we've seen play out so far and proposals we've seen from Russia. Over the weekend, leaders from 25 countries convened virtually. They put out assessments that Putin isn't serious about peace. They called instead for maximum pressure from the West.
How do you know President Trump isn't being played right now by Putin?
Well, look, that's almost laughable. I'll take President Trump in dealing with the likes of Xi, of Kim Jong-un, with Putin and others. Certainly, ahead of his predecessor, we know who we're dealing with. We know who we're dealing with on all sides. And we are going to engage in diplomacy. We are engaging in diplomacy, and that will involve both carrots and sticks to get both sides to the table.
Carrots and sticks. We are watching for more. Meantime, the administration launched an opening salvo to what we're told could be a weeks-long campaign against the Houthis in Yemen. After they resumed Red Sea shipping attacks, the president had a very firm message for Iran. Listen.
There's no way the Houthis, the Houthis would have the ability to do this kind of thing unless they have support from Iran. And so this was a message to Iran. Don't keep supporting them, because then you will also be responsible for what they are doing in attacking Navy ships, in attacking global shipping.
Now, the Ayatollah rejected the president's offer for talks over their nuclear program, but the White House is still pushing to resume that conversation as Israel continues to push for a joint U.S.-Israel operation on Iran's nuclear facilities, guys.
Wow, thanks, Jackie.
We're sitting on 4 years of deferred maintenance from Joe Biden, where in particular, when you talk about the Houthis, they were allowed for over 100 times to shoot at U.S. Ships to shoot at commercial shipping. 4 months ago, when we sent a ship through, it was shot at 17 times. To the Houthis, this isn't a one-night thing. This will continue until you say, we're done shooting at ships, we're done shooting at assets.
There was the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, talking with Marie on Sunday morning. Come on over here. We'll show you what's happening in Yemen.
Yeah, like I said, a U.S. military official said that this was just the beginning of a series of strikes. More than 150 of the Houthi leaders have already been taken out. It's thousands of Houthi members in the militia, but 150 of the military leaders have been already taken out. So this is just the beginning, and it's already very lethal.
Here's the Red Sea over here. Shipping traffic there has been hindered for some time now. Gulf of Aden down here to the south, all right? The strikes hit numerous towns throughout the country of Yemen, primarily in the western edge, southwestern edge. Sana'a is the capital city that was hit. In Sada, this one up here near the Saudi borders, apparently where a lot of the leadership of the Houthi rebels live today. So this is one distinction that they have from these strikes. You know, during the Biden years, they didn't go after the leadership. But under Trump this past weekend, that was one of their targets. How well they did, we do not know. We'll wait for a better readout on that. Hard to get. Yemen is one of the poorest countries in the world. Hard to get a readout what's happening there on the ground. Since November 2023 now, these are the Houthi attacks in the Red Sea, right? 250 plus. Going back to October of 2023, these are the Houthi attacks on U.S. forces, 180 attacks. We've had the U.S. Navy out there for some time, and they've had a tough job. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, now a Fox News contributor. And, sir, thank you for coming
Hold on. Before he starts, let me tell you, the dude, his name is Nasser Ninder Amir. He's the head of the Houthi media office. Yeah, they have a media office. He said that these airstrikes will not deter them from protecting the Gaza Strip, and that Sana'a, that little place that he pointed out on the map, is the main protection of his Gaza shield. That's what they're calling it. Another spokesperson, his name is Muhammad Abdullah. He said Trump's claims that the Houthi have been attacking U.S. military vessels and commercial shipping vessels was not true, but that's a damn lie. We have more than 100 documented situations. More than 5 sailors were killed, and 2 ships have been sunken by them. So cut it out. Don't get mad when we get to popping back up. It just so happens that, like he said, Yemen is one of the poorest countries on earth. They don't have enough money to arm a military, but somehow they're armed. So we already know who's arming you. So that's why Trump already told you, y'all already don't want to show us what you got in Richmond over there. We're about to end up blowing y'all back down again, man.
And good morning to you. Guys, let's show them the map here. This is what happens when you don't have freedom of navigation. You have to go around the southern coast of South Africa. It adds weeks to delivery, which computes to prices, etc. And this is Michael Waltz talking about the options on the table. As you know, sir, Iran is behind this. Here's Michael Waltz.
This was an overwhelming response that actually targeted multiple Houthi leaders and took them out. And the difference here is, 1, going after the Houthi leadership, and 2, holding Iran responsible.
Does that mean direct military action on Iran is possible?
Well, all options are always on the table with the president, but Iran needs to hear him loud and clear.
Sir, you know that the Saudis bombed the Houthis for 7 years, and they're still battling. How do you see this now?
Well, Bill, good morning. It's great to be with you. 2 important things. 1, President Trump made clear that we were going to take decisive action. You talk about the activity there for the last 7 years. It sounds like President Trump is thinking about something much bigger, much deeper, much more sustained, with an outcome that actually delivers the objective, which is to stop the Houthis from disrupting travel. The second thing that is so different here, Bill, from what President Biden did for 4 years, you'll remember I designated the Houthis as a terrorist organization. Secretary Blinken came in and with a couple hours took them off the terror list. President Trump has now made clear to the Iranians, we know this is your money, these are your weapons, and we're going to hold you accountable. Where the Biden administration just refused to acknowledge that Iran had anything to do with this in a serious way. Same thing he done when Hamas attacked on October 7th.
Yo, okay, so like you heard him say, Biden, he bombed a couple Houthis during his administration, but it was never decisive. It never really hurt nothing. It was nothing compared to as lethal as Trumpito's very first strike earlier today. And I don't necessarily support these overseas wars outside of the country, but at this point, somebody's got to be the bigger country. And it's us, Iran. We're the bigger country. We got the bigger guns. Cut it out. I hate that sometimes they have to get reminded, but hey, when you get to messing around with Trumpito's money, you're risking your life. Your life. Now he didn't even have a problem when you was even shooting at the military risk when you got now the containers gotta travel all the way around. So, no, we're not spending all that money. We really just blow you Houthis down and then get back to this business, man. Yo, tell me what you think in the comments. Until next time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My name is Marcus Russell. Peace.